All right, so the last time I tried to pronounce a Japanese businessman's name on our podcast, I butchered it and was subsequently ridiculed by Camilo. So I am going to try my best. I did some practicing of pronouncing it before the podcast started, and here we go. Takeya Imamura. Huh?
I'd say Takaya, but yeah, I think it works.
Okay. All right.
Sound pretty
Camilo
good to
approved.
me, you know?
Okay. Let us know in the comments, guys, or on our Discord. Join the Discord. We're having some fun conversations over there. So, would you say Takaya? Takaya Imamura announced on his Facebook page that he is leaving Nintendo after more than 30 years. He was the man behind Star Fox, FZero, and my personal favorite Zelda character of all time, Tingle. He also worked on a number of other mainline series games, including Donkey Kong, during his time at Nintendo. His first job at Nintendo was working on F-Zero, I think, as like an artist or an art director. And as far as I can tell, his last job was working on the Star Fox content that was in Starlink Battle for Atlas, the Toys to Life game that died. So, but I have some of the toys. I like them.
The Star Fox toys were cool. So
yeah,
they got that.
It is cool.
I bought that set with the game for like $5.
Yeah, no, it's
yeah, they were fire sailing it at Best Buy for like seriously $5.
Like a month after release. Like it wasn't even that long.
No, I remember I bought it and I made a video about like why is a Toys to Life series coming out after Toys to Life is over, like as a craze, and then subsequently, very quickly, the whole thing just kind of went kaput.
The sad part is that game's not that bad. That's an actual decent game.
It's really not. It's like Destiny meets Star Fox.
No Man's Sky and
yeah, a little bit of No Man's Sky mixed in. So anyways, that's Battle for Atlas. You guys can buy that for 99 cents at your local GameStop if you're interested in trying that out. So our first question is to everybody here on the panel. I'll say that we're a panel. Did you ever hear of this designer before this story? I'll answer first. Yes, but I didn't know his name. When I was looking, I'm familiar with who this dude is. Like, I was looking at pictures of him, and I recognized pictures of him when he was younger, like probably from the 90s or like the early 2000s. I definitely recognized him, and I was like, oh, this is the guy. But like his like farewell photo of him standing outside of the Nintendo offices, I'm like, this guy looks like Giancarlo Esposito, and I don't know who this guy is, and I definitely didn't recognize his name. What about you guys? Were you guys huge fans? Did you follow him on Twitter?
Oh yeah, on Facebook, you know.
Oh yeah, you saw his announcement. Is that how the story got into the podcast?
Yeah. No, I mean I assumed. You know, somebody had to create Tingle. I just didn't know who it was.
What sick man would create Tingle?
So the original Star Fox, right? That was It wasn't Star Fox at first. It was just a generic space shooter game.
Right.
And Nintendo like bought it. And they said that it has to have, you know, cute furry creatures in it. So it's really cool to know.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
No, wasn't it? It was like, I remember.
I thought they were developing it, and then Miyamoto said, no, you need to make these fuzzy animal creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like inspired by like what was like, I think it was like one of the Nintendo Directs like 5 years ago. He was like describing like the origin of Star Fox, and it was like, he was like inspired by this like temple in Japan, and they had like foxes, and they were like, oh, we'll just make them all animals.
Yeah, but I think I was watching like
same...
a documentary saying like they said it wouldn't sell if it didn't have, you know, cute furry creatures.
Furry being the keyword there. I don't know. We'd have to get to the bottom of that. Maybe I'll pin a comment on this story of the research that I did or forgot to do. Lost your train of thought. Yes, I've heard of him. Who else Who else has heard of him? This is good. This is good stuff.
I too assumed someone designed these characters. I just did not know who made them.
I thought Miyamoto just made these characters.
That's not what I said, but okay. What'd you say to me? You thought it was Miyamoto?
I thought Miyamoto or, Onuma, the Zelda guy. But
well, like, this happens a lot. Like people produce games, but like they don't actually produce like who the characters are, what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
So did this guy design like Captain Falcon and stuff, or we don't know what he did on FZero?
Well, I think he was the art director on FZero, right?
Okay.
Do I still have this tab up? I'll bring it up. Research team, go. Nope, that's for work. Nope, that's for work. Oh, here it is. Got it. For FZero, he was a graphic designer.
Oh.
So maybe he made a level or two. But it seemed like that was like his first project at Nintendo. He wasn't like in charge.
It was only he was there for 30 years and he's 54, so he was young. He was only like 20, in his early 20s when he started
FZero is a game for the SNES made by Shigeru Miyamoto.
Did he just make everything? I feel like he just
gets
credit for everything.
Dude, he did everything. First game with Captain Falcon was a launch game. Fun facts about FZero. Going back to where's his little thing? Graphic designer. So I feel like he was like in the art department. He was a graphic designer in FZero. He was an object designer on A Link to the Past, graphic designer on Star Fox, who obviously took the lead and like basically created all of these characters like Star Fox and Slippy and Peppy and Falco and General Dog.
Wolf.
Wolf.
Wolf. Well, Wolf wasn't in it till 64. But
he probably made them anyway.
It's possible.
I can't believe they let this guy. I can't believe they let this guy work there for 30 years after how bad these series bombed.
At just FZero and what else? Star Fox, FZero, Star Fox. Yeah, these things that just weren't catching on. But he was a CG designer on Donkey Kong 94, so whatever that means, good job, because that game's awesome.
That's really good game. Is that the Game Boy one?
Yeah, that's the original Game Boy one. That actually, I think. Let me pull up my video right here. Yeah, actually, over my left shoulder, you guys can see it when you watch the podcast, and all the viewers can see it. Donkey Kong 94. CG designer. Oh man. So
let's go on to the next one.
Yeah, let's keep going.
We can talk more about that.
Let me pull the script back up. Okay, so yeah, we've loosely heard of this boy, and are glad for his contribution. So let's just talk about the series in general that he worked on. Out of his credits / contributions, Star Fox, FZero, Tingle, which is your favorite? I'm going to throw it over to Camilo because I know he's got an answer ready.
Probably, I mean, Tingle's cool, but I would say Star Fox probably.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the only game I like is like Star Fox 64 because that's like the only good one.
Did you play it on the 3DS?
Yeah.
Cool.
I had it on the 64, and then I like the 3DS version better.
Yeah, I was thinking about picking that up.
Tell me, Star Fox Zero isn't your favorite Star Fox game?
Dude,
I don't even think I bought it.
I have it, and I played the first 2 levels, and I was like, "This is." And somebody else said it really well, in that like on rails games like that just like kind of are out of date. Like they're not fun, really. Like when you could be like exploring like a whole outer space, but like instead you're sort of stuck to like moving forward and shooting the things that show up in front of you. Like that really only works still for those like bullet hell top down kind of shooters, you know, or like side view shooters. Like Ikaruga.
But can you say the same thing for like a 2D game that's like too restrictive? Why wouldn't you just play a 3D game?
Well, no, I'm saying that like even if you do play a restrictive game like Ikaruga or something, like those games I feel like are still good. But like I don't think that like Star Fox is like complicated enough or interesting enough to where like that very specific type of like 3D on rails is like very fun, at least not the way that they've been doing it. But like if you do it on rails in a 2D setting, which is essentially what it is because you're just moving down a cylinder like this, I don't know. I feel like those games are a lot better to play.
Plus you got that game controlled like garbage. Like you had the gamepad was your.
It was like a first-person view, right?
Yeah, it was a very confusing way to do it because you had to look at the gamepad, but you also had to look at the TV screen. Mm-hmm. It was not well designed in that aspect.
Mm-mm. And then the gamepad, I think, was also motion controlled.
Yeah.
So like you're motion controlling and looking down, and then still motion controlling, and then looking up. It was just not my favorite way to game.
Nope.
What about you, John?
Well, you're probably gonna say Tingle, so I'll go with the FZero. I remember playing FZero on the GameCube, and that game was awesome. Extremely hard, though. I wish we would get a new FZero. I just want a new like racing game from Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Like we really only have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch, and I want a different experience. And FZero would be a different experience.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they could bring back like Wave Race, or they could bring back maybe Diddy Kong Racing. Like I don't know how that works. They released Diddy Kong Racing on the DS after the departure of Rare, so I assume they just had to like get rid of Banjo and stuff. So I assume they could still make another Diddy Kong Racing game. So, and Donkey Kong Barrel Blast was on the Wii. So I'm just gonna keep saying like, we could get a racing game with Donkey Kong characters in it. That would be great. Let's have more Donkey Kong content. I don't like F-Zero. I think that it's just weird. Like I get that it's supposed to be like super fast, but I never really liked the Mode 7 and like trying to like,
I wasn't a huge fan of the SNES version.
Yeah.
But like the GameCube version I liked a lot.
I guess I never played the GameCube one. And I like the tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah.
There's two F-Zero tracks.
Yeah, there's Big Blue cool. And I forget what the other one is.
One of them it has laps and the other one's a one-way, right?
Yeah. Big Blue I enjoy Big Blue. That track.
That's the one-way, right?
Yeah. And then
that's
the other one, cool. Motor City? I don't know, something City.
Mute City?
Mute City. That's what it is, yeah.
The things that I have in my brain. So my favorite contribution by a mile is Tingle. I love Tingle. He's so easy to meme. I try to experience every facet of Tingle that I possibly can when I'm playing a Zelda game.
Wasn't there a Tingle game?
There are Tingle games on the DS that I don't own, actually, and you now have inspired me to go to eBay immediately once this podcast is over.
Was it Europe only or something, or like Europe and Japan only?
I think there was one that was there's 3 of them. One of them is Japan only, but I think there's 2 other ones. I can look.
Well, I think the DS is not region locked, so I think you're good.
Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land. Freshly picked Tingle's. Oh my gosh! Freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land for the Nintendo DS. I have to own this. Oh my god! If somebody listening or watching owns this game, hit me up in the DMs. I got hard money for you. Then we've got Tingle's Balloon Fight on DS, which was only made available to Club Nintendo members in Japan and released in 2007. Too Much Tingle Pack. Can you have Too Much Tingle? That was released as DSiWare exclusively to Japan in 2009. The Rosy Rupee Land was Japan only, and then a year later it released in English for Europe, so it's not here. And then Ripened Tingle's Balloon Trip of Love was released in Japan in August 2009 and has not seen a Europe or American release. Okay, so I'd have to import all of these games.
It'll be worth it, though.
So there's basically 2 games that I could buy. The freshly picked Tingle's... Dude, I can't even say it. Freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land for DS, and then Ripened Tingle's Balloon Trip of Love are 2 games that I need to import immediately. That's hilarious.
I can't believe they didn't make more games with Tingle. Like,
you could also use the Tingle Tuner. Do you remember that?
Yeah, in Wind Waker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the Tingle suit in Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
Yes. I was doing a Tingle-only run where I was, like, I'd have to, like, make food and stuff to, like, survive in, like, the cold because I wouldn't take my Tingle costume off. It was pretty fun. So, yeah, I think I've gotten the most joy out of Tingle than any of his other creations. But, yeah. Without Imamura-san, we wouldn't have Tingle. So, thank you for your contribution.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the other stories this week and let us know how you felt about this story down in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. Talk to you all next time.